Hey, Long Beach. It's Jerlene, and I'm live. I just wanted to just go live just for a moment, just for a few minutes, um, just to share the city of Long Beach has rescinded its decision to place a emergency winter shelter in the Silverado Park Gym. So, sigh of relief. For folks that have been paying attention, I've been going hard on this issue for the last 3 weeks, I think. So I am feeling a sigh of relief. People are like, oh, you should be celebrating. I'm not going to celebrate until that fence comes down from around the gym. When that fence comes down from around the gym, that's when I'm going to be celebrating. Yet I just wanted to just give a shout out to community who came out and showed out, and so proud of community who heard the call and stepped up to engage community. I honestly, in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like that. I know there's been other movements about other things that have taken place, in our state and in our country, but I've never seen my own community step up like that. So I'm just I feel proud to live on the west side of Long Beach and to be able to say I'm a West Sider. And so just congratulations to community that came out. Yet back on the celebrating, there's so much there. Yes, there should be a celebration, without a doubt. Community should be celebrating. Yet there were so many things in the entire situation that was wrong, outright wrong, from the decision being made in the first place. Community shouldn't have had to come out that way. Community shouldn't have had to fight so hard for something that belonged to it. Community shouldn't have had to demand that his voice be heard. And so there's so many things that still need to be addressed, specifically within our local government, and the way that community is treated, and the way the community is responded to, and the way decisions are made, and how they impact our community. So the conversation is not going to end. I think a lot of people have been educated in the process and infrastructure of what our government looks like, and that education process needs to continue, as well as the engagement of community. And as you know, when I began doing the commentary, my tagline has been to engage, to inform, engage, and inspire. And so for me personally, I'm going to continue to do that. Yet I'm really excited that I'm not going to be doing it alone, that other people are going to be doing it with me. And so, but there's things that still need to be addressed in this entire process. And one, the extreme gaslighting that took place from our elected officials in the community, and that continue to try to demean the community and say that we were confused and misinformed. We weren't confused. We weren't misinformed. And even how at the rally that took place last Thursday, how to try to ram a presentation down the throat of the community when the community did not want the presentation. The community wanted their grievance to be heard, and they had to demand that. And then even in that, for people to say that it was an angry mob, or that how disrespectful were, all those things are very dismissive, and are attached to some superiority complex that folks have, to think that they dominate us. City staff works for the people in this community, and they would not have jobs if we did not live in Long Beach. They would not have jobs if we did not live in our homes, in our apartments, in our communities. And so the demeaning manner in which city staff spoke to people, and then people are like, they were being, the community was being disrespected. No, what was disrespectful is the fact that a decision was made that was not inclusive of the community. And so again, there still continues to be this gaslighting that's taking place from our leadership, our elected, our selected and appointed leadership. And the thing about it, we're not going to stand for it. We're going to make sure that there is a narrative that is true and that is grounded, that comes from the ground, versus the narrative that our local electeds like to spin in their press conferences and press releases. And even to the Long Beach Post, I thank you, Long Beach Post, for covering this. It wouldn't have been without your coverage. If we didn't have your coverage, we wouldn't have been able to reach as many people. Yet I do want to say shame on you for continuing to dismiss the community and continue to print that 100 people were present. There were over 300 people present on February 23rd. Or 22nd, 23rd, whatever day that was, last Thursday, whatever last Thursday was, there was over
300 people present. And every time you keep printing that it was 100 people, you're dismissing the voice of the community, and you become just as complacent as our local elected to diminish our voices and minimize us. And we've had enough of it. Okay, so either you're going to be true to the press and be true to putting out accurate information, or we're going to remind you of it every time you don't. So again, Jerlene, I feel relieved. I feel relieved that the decision has been made to not put the emergency shelter in the gym. One, because it just was not the right decision to do. So I feel relieved. But I am still feeling some kind of way about the fact the community had to fight so hard, and we had to go, that so many of us had to come out in the cold, that so many of us had to do all the things that we did. Yet at the same time, I'm very proud of community for taking a stand. So I will be back, more conversation, because again, we need to break some of these things down, because there was a lot of mistruths that were shared out, and just contradictions that came from our city leadership. But I gotta go, and I'll be back on that a little bit later. Take care, Long Beach.